What's up guys, Chris here, back again with another video for you guys today. On the channel tonight, we're going to be talking about the Team of the Year market crash that has begun on FIFA, thanks to the icon player pick that we got earlier today. We're going to talk about some investments that I think are pretty good looks right now on the market. You know, cards that really aren't in the limelight at the moment because of this icon player pick. There's going to be things you guys can pick up, specifically right now on the game. And because this promo is an SBC based promo, we still have more things coming out this week that we need to look forward to. So before we get into the video, if you guys can just drop a like on and subscribe if you're new around here, that would be absolutely fantastic. So let's talk about the day that we had earlier. My day in particular, I did quite well. I bought a bunch of 86 overall fodder like Berardi's and Andre Silva's and guys like Aitor. I'm lazy listing those cards at the moment, and that's something that I would advise you guys to do as well. There's no reason at the moment, with no supply these cards are getting, to be listing these cards up right now for losses, because people that invest in these cards prior to the icon player pick SBC coming out are deciding to take their losses or deciding to try to take their coins now. So I would be lazy listing your fodder right now. I don't think it's a good idea to sell at the moment, specifically because these cards are going to continue to be rinsed into the SBC because the SBC is repeatable. So let me show you guys the SBC really quickly. You have a base or mid icon player pick. I did 3 on my second account, the one you will be seeing a lot of upgrades being done on Twitch on Team of the Year. We did 3 and we got mid Nedved in the first one, really stinky. The second one we got Baby Zidane, pretty solid. And the third one we got was Baby Desai, which we already had untradeable, so we couldn't obviously pick them, and we had to go and take 88 Owen instead. So I saw a couple of good W's in this pack earlier this morning or earlier today, but a lot of these icons that are like in this player pick are really not worth the SBC value. The SBC is coming in at 775k at the moment. If I can pull it up really quickly on Fuppin here. Right here, 775,000 coins. And what's interesting is 17% of people that have upvoted this SBC, which is 3,800 votes. But on the other hand, 3,800 completed votes. What about this one? I want to see how many people have downvoted this one. Is there a way I can see this really quickly? I'm not going to take that much time to look, but 83% downvote, right? So there's a lot of people that did not like the value of this SBC, but the people that were, downvoting this SBC were the hardcore guys, the guys that are watching my YouTube video right now, the ones that are being like, why would I spend this much on this SBC when I can just go out and buy any icon I want to and not have to leave it up for chance? The hardcore guys are the ones that are really downvoting this SBC. I think a lot of the panic that we saw happen earlier today was from the casuals. The casuals are the ones that are doing these types of SBCs. And specifically because they're repeatable, it gives a little bit more of an intriguing aspect to that SBC. So I have a group chat with my IRL friends, and they were talking about doing the SBC earlier today on, text messages. So they're casuals. They play the game casually, and they're talking about saving up fodder to do this SBC because it intrigues them, right? But us hardcore guys that know the ins and outs of FIFA may not be, as persuaded to do an SBC like this because of the high value that they currently put. If they put 600k as the value of the SBC, it could have been a lot different. But what you saw earlier today, and we're gonna go back to like the fodder point kind of later on in the video, but I want to show you guys a couple of things that we saw earlier today, some graphs possibly as well. We saw a lot of panic selling, right? We saw a lot of casuals sell cards off, and this isn't new. We've been seeing sell-off happen since the middle of December, right? And we saw a little point, in the late end of December where the market went up a little bit because we didn't have as much lightning rounds. The EA kind of like, was kind of relaxed a little bit on the lightning rounds, allowed the market to breathe a little bit. And now what they wanted to do was to absolutely drop the market today. And that is exactly what they did with that icon repeatable player pick. The SBC would have made the market drop regardless, but because it's repeatable, it's going to continue to make the market, I think, slowly but surely trickle down a little bit. And here's why. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have this Team of the Year preparation that's going to be going on, right? A lot of people are going to continue to like hold packs going into Friday because they know that's when the promo starts. You're going to have a lot of people probably saving coins. They're not going to be spending them on teams knowing that Team of the Year is coming. So buying power in the market is not particularly going to be there over the next few days. I also don't believe we're in that Team of the Year market crash sense. We have been seeing sell-off over the last few weeks regardless. You know, if you look at like a guy like Mbappe, his graph has gone from like 1.37 all the way down to 890, which is at where he's at right now. You know, we have seen some really huge drop-offs on cards over the last, like, let's say, month or so. But I still don't think we're at the lowest point yet for some of these cards. And I think with a promo like this, an SBC-based promo, EA knows that this isn't a low enough drop-off on cards. We saw some really nice drops. Don't get me wrong. You know, this Mbappe went down a good amount today. Guys like Ronaldo, and I talk about this a lot with you guys, guys like Mbappe, guys like Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi, they're the ones that get panic sold the most when it comes to Friday promos, when it comes to when these big SBCs come out, preview packs. It just seems like the cards that go down the most and then they rebound. This Mbappe was like 840 earlier today. He then rebounded right back to 890. If you look at this Ronaldo as well, he was like in the 240s, 250s. He's now back up to like 270 something. Yeah, 275k. So you saw like a little bit of a rebound today. I still do not think that this market is at its absolute lowest going into Team of the Year. I think EA's got more things planned up their sleeve. We're going to have more types of SBCs coming out this week because EA wants to drain your coins. They want you guys to be broke going into Team of the Year so that you then can load up FIFA points to then replenish the coins that you lost on the SBCs you did this past week. So that is what their plan is, and they know that they've not crashed the market enough yet, and more is coming. And that is why I'm going to turn it over now to the fodder aspect of it, because what we did see earlier today was we saw a lot of fodder rise, specifically the gold fodder, right? The inform fodder actually went down a little bit. You know, guys like Berardi, they were told to invest in these cards, including me. I was the one that was telling people, listen, man, I think these cards can go up a little bit over the next like couple days. They kind of dropped a little bit today, all right? But I think if you look at a lot of them though, a lot of them are like second owners. As you can see here, this whole page has like 3 first owner cards. The rest of them are second and third owners. As you can see here though, there's no games played, right? So that means these are strictly players that are being invested in and not being played with whatsoever. Because again, as good of a card as Berardi might look on paper, nobody's using this card realistically for Serie A teams. So this card is down right now. I definitely would not be selling this if I were you guys. I would be lazy listing these cards. You know, for people, the best lazy buyers on this game are SBC guys. I actually made a pretty good move here. I was buying all of these at 31 and 30, capitalizing when he went lower earlier today. He went right back up to 35, 36. Made some good coins there. Sold a Berardi at 29 and sold another one at 32. I sold an Itor at 21. That's 7 and 8k higher than he currently is going for on the market. And that's why I say for you guys, like, I don't know if you guys are unassigned or whatever, but I would be lazy listing these cards. I think there's no real sense of panic when it comes to these cards right now. I know you guys are probably thinking like, oh my god, is this going to be another point where we just see the market for fodder continue to dip and dip like we saw like 3 or 4 weeks ago when EA started doing all those lightning rounds? But that was different. EA wasn't releasing any sort of SBCs that were making those cards rise. There was investors, and there was lightning rounds continuously happening every single day with a promo team in packs. This time around, there's no incentive for EA to release lightning rounds because there's strictly nothing on this game that pack at the moment. There's no promo going on besides the SBC based promo that is going on right now. There's going to be more things coming, right? And the icon player pick being repeatable and also being there for about 2 weeks, which it'll be there for a few days when the full Team of the Year team is in pack, which is going to be good for a upgrade perspective. You could put your fodder in there after you're grinding the league upgrades during Team of the Year. This will be something I'm definitely going to grind on my main account. But because this is repeatable and because it needs 3 Team of the Week cards, right? As you can see here, you need one in the 88 squad, the 87, and the 86. These 86 informs, which don't have a lot of supply to begin with, they're gonna rise back up again, right? You're not going to see them at 21, 22 for that much longer. I think if I were you guys, if you want to invest in these, You could go back in if you'd like to at 21-ish for this Berardi. I'm going to see if I can get that at 20. Because again, this guy at 20,000 coins is just such a low-risk investment in my opinion that I think he can go back up. Now, the real investment I want to talk to you guys about, though, is some of these 82 and 83 and 84 informs. Now, again, we're going to look back at this team in week 17, right? This team has not been supplied that much, right? It's not a good enough team for people to open their premium team week packs. Some people might have done them, but most people, I think, would hold off for a future team. There's a lot of fodder in this team as well, right? Guys like Under, guys like Aitor. I like Aitor a lot. He was like 18, 19,000 coins at his peak. And EA is going to release another SBC sometime this week. I would expect that is going to make these cards rise up. A guy like Benitez at 12,000 coins is pretty much no risk. Ajork, again, at 11k is a no-risk investment. Proetez at 11k. The only difference here is if it's not a if it's a narrow formation, it might screw up the investment there a little bit. But again, you guys go with a guy like Ajork at 11k for an 82 overall inform. This guy was just 17,000 coins a couple days ago. This for me is literally no risk, and we've seen what has happened with these informs over the last few weeks. We've seen these guys rise up a good amount and how much money you could make on these cards. So I think it's a pretty low risk investment if you're looking at guys like Aitor, Benitez, Ajork, Puertes, Bellerin, players like that. I think you can make a good amount of cash on with at some point this week with an SBC. I really expect there to be more SBCs to drain your coins, and not just like 84 plus player pick. It's not going to be something like that. I think they're going to drop something big again. It's just something we're going to have to kind of keep an eye out on over the next few days. I think if you guys are looking to buy players, for teams, whether it's top tier icons, top tier special cards, right? If you're looking at a guy like Salah Headliner, right? Salah Headliner was around 1 million coins today. Okay, this was down a lot. He was 1.1, I believe, and he went down to like 1 mil or around there. He's now back up to like, or he was 1 mil 90. He's now back up to like, back down to 1 mil 45. Again, if you just see like a really huge drop on a card over the next like 4 to 5 days before Team of the Year, have a plan where you're just gonna buy it when you see him at a price that you like. Because in my opinion, buying cards at the absolute lowest point, it's kind of like that point of like, people are already asking me, when is the lowest time to buy Team of the Year cards? Do you understand how hard it is to predict the absolute lowest point on a Team of the Year card? It's the same thing here. People this year have gotten into a habit of trying to predict the lowest possible point on a card, and we've seen some pretty artificial movements because of that on the market. So in my opinion, you're going to see another big drop off on cards, in my opinion, based on what EA does, based on loading screens or whatever. There's going to be another panic window, I believe. So when you see that window, if you see a big enough drop off, I mean, we've seen some crazy prices earlier today, like that Lucas Moura card, right? I mean, if you saw a guy like Butragueno today, right? So somebody in my live stream earlier today was like, I just bought a prime Butragueno at like 1.37. Now, I looked at the listings. I was like, there's a lot of listings here up until like 1.5. Within an hour and a half, he went right back up to 148, 149. He was able to flip that card for a nice profit. You're going to see that a lot in the next like couple days. You're going to see some panic windows. You're going to see some rebounds when the market gets rare again. So keep an eye out on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. There'll be another video coming tomorrow as well. Team of the Year prep is now going to start. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video and on the live stream tomorrow as well. Peace.